concept of elasticity and inelasticity just as I was back in school, then you're at the right place. Hello and welcome to my channel 5 Minute Economics, where I teach economic concepts in a span of just 5 minutes. The topic for today is degrees of price elasticity. Before moving and jumping directly to degrees of price elasticity, let me tell you a little about what exactly does elasticity mean. So basically, elasticity is the degree of responsiveness to the change in quantity demanded of a commodity in response to its determinants, price, income, and related commodities. In my video, I'll be solely talking about price elasticity. The word degree of responsiveness should be kept in mind while quoting the definition of elasticity. The literal meaning of it is the degree of response, that is, how does the demand react to the changes in price or income or related commodities. So what is price elasticity? Price elasticity is the percentage change in quantity demanded upon percentage change in price, where EP denotes price elasticity. This basically shows the relationship between demand and price. So firstly, we'll study the case of a perfectly inelastic demand. So what is perfectly inelastic demand? When quantity demanded does not respond to the changes in price level, it is known as perfectly inelastic or zero elastic demand. We'll study this with the help of a diagram. So here price is measured on the y-axis and quantity demanded on the x-axis. We see that our initial price and quantity are OP and OQ respectively. We notice that when the price rises from OP to OP double dash, there is no change in the quantity demanded and it remains OQ. Whereas when the price falls from OP to OP single dash, we see that there is still no change in the quantity demanded and it remains just the same, that is OQ. In this case, our demand curve shape is a vertical demand curve. It is a straight line and parallel to y-axis. Here EP, that is price elasticity, is 0. And an example of this is salt or matchsticks. Though this is a very rare case, but it does occur because we don't tend to buy a lot of salt when the price of salt falls. Neither do we tend to reduce our consumption of salt when the price rises. Our consumption remains just the same and hence perfectly inelastic. So moving next to unitary elastic demand. What is it? It is basically when the change in quantity demanded is equiproportionate to the changes in the price level. It is known as unitary elastic demand. Here in this diagram, price is measured on the y-axis and quantity demanded on the x-axis. Initially, our price and quantity are OP and OQ. So what happens is when OP falls from OP to OP dash, OQ rises to OQ to OQ dash in an equiproportionate manner. We notice there is the exact same change in quantity as it is in price. Here the shape of the curve is a rectangular hyperbola, that is, it slopes downward from left to right and the area under the axis is equal. Here our price elasticity is 1. We notice that the change in demand is equal to change in price. A small tip while drawing this diagram is that please make sure the 3 boxes over here are all in equal shape and size. Moving further to highly elastic demand. So what is it? When the change in quantity demanded is much more than the change in price level, it is known as highly elastic demand. In this diagram, we see that initially our price and quantity are OP and OQ. And when the price falls from OP to OP dash, which is a very negligible fall, the quantity demanded increases from OQ to OQ dash, which is a very huge margin, thus giving us a flattish demand curve. In this case, EP is greater than 1. An example of this can be luxuries. So we can take the example of a car like BMW, which is worth 80 lakhs. So when there is a discount of worth 3 lakhs, which is a very negligible amount in comparison to the huge amount of the car, there is an abundance of people who are going to purchase that car who initially were not going to. So this happens in case of luxuries, that people get attracted to the small discounts and wish to purchase it, thus giving us highly elastic demand. Moving further to less elastic or inelastic demand. So basically when the change in quantity demanded is less than proportionate to the change in price, we get less elastic or inelastic demand. Here in this diagram, we notice that when the price falls from OP to OP dash, which is a huge margin, the quantity demanded increases from only OQ to OQ dash, which is a very small or negligible margin, thus giving us the shape of a curve as a highly erect or steep demand curve. Here in this case, EP is less than 1. A clear and a good example of this is necessities. So what happens in the case of necessities? For example, we can take food grains as atta. So when the price of atta falls from say 50 rupees per kg to 20 rupees per kg, we don't go and buy and unnecessarily hoard atta, because what will we do of that much amount? We will only buy according to our need and number of people in our house, thus giving us a less elastic or inelastic demand. Lastly, moving to perfectly elastic or infinite elasticity. So when consumers are ready to purchase any amount at a particular price but nothing at a slightly higher price, it is known as perfectly elastic or infinite elasticity. In this diagram, we see that the price is OP and quantity demanded is OQ. And here consumers are ready to purchase all that they have. But in case we increase the price to a very slight amount also, they will stop purchasing it, thus giving us the shape of a curve as horizontal demand curve, which is parallel to the x-axis. Here EP, that is price elasticity, is infinity. An example for this is rarely occurs, because such a situation is a very rare and difficult situation in real life, because price as a factor cannot be kept constant for a very long period of time. So guys, this is all about degrees of price elasticity. I hope this was useful to you. If it was, please do like my video and subscribe to my channel. Hoping to see you soon in my next video. Thank you.